Welcome to How It Was Made, the series where I go deep into a movie's development and production and tell you exactly how it made it to the big screen. Starting with Little Miss Sunshine. Beginning in the year 2000, Michael Arndt wrote the script after being inspired by an Arnold Schwarzenegger quote saying, "If there's one thing I hate in this world, it's losers." And initially, Michael actually intended on making this film himself, which has a couple $1,000s in a camcorder, but then people at Deep River Productions found and loved the script, and they would go on to get the directors Dayton and Ferris attached, but then everything went south. When the film was eventually picked up by Focus Features, everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. The studio wanted to make the movie a biopic, Arndt was fired and then rehired, Focus Feature actually dropped the film entirely, but then one of the producers from Deep River bribed Focus to pick the film back up, and this really went on for 4 years until the film eventually went into production in 2005. But that wasn't an easy task either. In terms of the cast, some were easy to get a hold of than others. Paul Dano was really cast in the film 2 years before the film went into production, and by the time it did, they were kind of questioning whether or not he was just too old for the part. They went across the world to find their olive before eventually finding Abigail Breslin, and Steve Carell's role was originally written for Bill Murray, and after he wasn't interested, the studio really put on the pressure to cast Robin Williams in the part. However, the moment the directors met with Steve Carell, it was clear that he was perfect for the part. But the way they filmed this movie was actually very strange, because unlike most films, they shot the movie chronologically, which was a problem because after shooting the finale, Michael Arndt was not happy with the way it turned out, so 6 weeks before the film was set to release, he rewrote the ending and they reshot it in December of 2005. And a big part of this film's identity is its music, which was done by Devotchka, a band the directors actually discovered on the radio. And although the music actually could not be nominated for an Academy Award because a lot of the original score is inspired from the band's previous songs, it was so good that the directors got every cast member an iPod with the music loaded into it so that they could listen to it while shooting. Probably didn't help when the cast was driving a 30-year-old Volkswagen van with no airbags at 50 miles an hour, but you know, the van's cool. So cool, in fact, that in 2006, Fox Searchlight Pictures actually invited Volkswagen bus owners to an exclusive screening where 60 buses showed up. And that was how Little Miss Sunshine was made. I love this movie, but let me know about movies that you guys love that you want to see me do a breakdown of, because I love talking about this stuff. That's all for today. Follow for more.